Hey there, everybody. It is I, Nin Yoy, coming to you again to talk to you about the Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay beta as far as it goes. It was a very fun experience, and it will, in fact, be returning tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that as well, after I get off work, because, I'm a working man. So I got to spend all my day at work, and then I'll probably play it like the buns end of the day. But hey, as long as I get to hunt more monsters, that's all that matters. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and go over some stuff with you that most new players, or even I think the devs, would take some interest in to listen to, because there's some things that I saw that were a bit buggy as far as it goes. But I don't know if people are like reporting it as they should. I most likely didn't. I was just waiting to put it inside the video. But let's get right down to it. Okay, the first thing, and I think the most important thing for player experience and difficulty to stay as good as it is sometimes, well, it's on Artvale. This one specifically is for Artvale, but I saw it for other monsters, and I ain't gonna lie, I took advantage of it. But Artvale, for example, if you put a wound, a red crit spot on his chain while it's not powered up, and then he goes into power up state, the chain is wounded indefinitely. So you can just spam wound strikes at it for oodles and oodles of damage, and the quest goes by extremely fast because of that. I think in the gameplay, that you're seeing now, I do in fact abuse it just to show what it's like. I'm just stabbing at it and stabbing at it and stabbing at it the whole hunt as far as it goes. But yeah, it kind of ruins the experience a little bit, because the whole thing about Artvale, you have 20 minutes to kill him, and that creates some difficulty as far as it goes. But only good hunters or experienced hunters will be able to beat him in those 20 minutes. So obviously, you can see my disdain with me just, now there's an indefinite crit on him. Let me just bop at it the entire time. And I know multiple people will argue that, you see it, but why did you do it? It was presented to me. And plus, I had to get some footage of it for this video just to make you understand just how broken it is. But moving on to the next part. With newer people or people that don't, or older hunters like me that didn't really like want to use the targeting system, whatnot, like the lock on critical system or whatever, you have to do that. Listen, bro, because y'all know that after a monster spams their super, their really big move that will one shot anyone it touches. The whole thing about that is, after they do it, you go into critical phase, right? For me, I'm a PlayStation player, so I hold L2 and the little cursor comes up. And after they do their most powerful attack, they start getting shiny. They get real shiny for a couple frames. That's their damage phase. You just have to hit a crit strike on that shiny part of them to make sure they get knocked over. That's their damage phase. You have to get in there immediately, because that will get you big damage. That will make it easier for you to complete the quest. If you're able to get big damage off of that, it can spawn into, it can allow a whole bunch of things like mount strikes and knockouts and part destruction, all that stuff. So it'll be very good if y'all started using the crit strike system, because it is very important that you do so. Really important that you do so. Oh, another thing. When you're on a monster's back, I've seen a lot of players just create one crit and then keep stabbing that one spot until the monster fell over. No, you do have finishers still. I don't know what button it is specifically for y'all, but for me, it was R1, where it said do finisher. Of course, you can keep stabbing at the wound in order to knock the monster over. That's fine. But the finishing strike usually does more damage. As well as, if you up there with a full amount of stamina and you're not a complete donut, you don't really have to hold on to dear life when a monster starts flailing around. Because if he starts flailing around on the spot that you're on, you can just hop to another spot and be completely fine. and it doesn't cost that much stamina. So what you can do to maximize damage is to go to the head, stab it until it's red. Go to the back, stab it until it's red. Go to the tail, stab it until it's red. Jumps back to the back because it's the hardest one to reach for melee users. I ain't talking about gun lance, bows, all them stuff, because they got lock-ons for it. But it's real hard for melee users to reach a monster's back. So it's always optimal to hop to the back and do the finishing strike if you're a squad full of melees, or indefinitely in general, actually. Because that part, you can just knock him over and then get the crit strikes from the head and the tail at your leisure because they're closer to the ground and easier to catch. You see what I mean? Like, there's people that only do one crit and then knock him over. But that's not maximizing damage. You're trying to maximize damage, especially in the beta right here with Arkvale, where you only have 20 minutes to kill it. So, like, I believe that's important. And it's good for people to hear, too. Okay. Oh, for people like me who don't really place your bombs correctly, right? Don't forget, they added a new feature where you can roll the bomb across the ground. Use it. I'm telling you, it's good. If you place a bomb and you know good and well you can aim a bomb at a monster and throw it and risk no repercussions whatsoever, you don't have to carry small barrel bombs anymore. You don't have to. You can just pick up your big barrel bomb, your large barrel bomb, your extra large barrel bomb, or whatever, and lob it at it. You don't have to bring small barrel bombs anymore. You can put one in his face, put another one far back, roll it towards the one that you put in his face, and it'll still both hit him. So there's really no reason for you to carry small barrel bombs anymore, unless that's just your forte of doing stuff. Oh man, it takes me back. I remember the bounce bombs back in Try. It was so good. But anyway. Oh yeah, the monsters so far have been fun. They really have. Like, all the monsters have been like entertaining for me to hunt, be it alone or with people. Because one of my big pet peeves is that I had to kill the monster alone. And I killed every one of them alone, Arkvale included. So it's very fun. All the monsters are very fun. And Arkvale itself, I have this thing about hating forced difficulty. But I understand that in betas, they've always like put the monster put the flagship or whatever that you have to hunt at 20 minutes. Back in World, it was Nergigante. So I understand the 20-minute timer. It makes it difficult because hunters that really know what they're doing, it makes it harder to kill them. And then back with Nergigante in World, you couldn't trap Nergigante because he was an elder. At least you can trap Arkvale, and that brings me to my next thing. Arkvale is not an elder dragon. You can put traps down to trap Arkvale. You can do that. I saw so many people not putting traps down for the sole proprietary reason that they think they can't trap Arkvale. No, you can trap Arkvale. You can trap Arkvale. You can put Arkvale to sleep and capture Arkvale. You can do all that stuff. So he's already easier than Nergigante was. So yeah, people, just keep in mind, he's not an elder dragon. He's not an elder. You can, for a fact, trap him and capture him. I don't necessarily have no trank bombs on me either, but there will be an occasional player that got trank bombs and they will use them to capture him. Save some time and whatnot. Another thing is, I think for how long you play the beta, I don't think you get to keep all the stuff that you get inside the beta, but you do get rewards for playing the beta. So I recommend people that are planning to not play the beta and get into the game, play the beta. I'm telling you, play it, because you'll get stuff for playing it. And who don't want free loot? The loot's free. All you got to do is devote a little bit of time to the beta, and you'll get the loot. Like I might as well. Okay. What is it? Oh, push clash. In order to get a clash, it's real easy for shielded weapons to get clashes, because all you have to do is shield at the correct time. All you have to do is parry shield the monster's moves. And then on the next move, you'll get a clash off of it. But it ain't going to be the exact same move he hit you with. Sometimes it depends on the move that he uses. Arkvale, again, for example, he can only clash on when he drops his chains on you, when he dives at you with both of his chains, and when they're red, he can't clash when he slides his tail across the ground. I mean, he can't clash when he slides his tail and his chains across the ground. He can't clash on headbutt, stuff like that. You see what I mean? You just got to figure out what move. You just got to figure out what move is the monster's clash move, and that's for every monster almost. I mean, you can't clash Ray Dow for some odd reason because he doesn't have any clash attacks, but you can in fact hit him with an offset strike. Every move has an offset strike. I don't know what the move your offset strikes. I don't know what your offset strike is for every weapon, mind you. I'm not a guru, but I do know for great sword and sword and shield offset strike is spinning slash, and great sword's offset strike is overhead slash, not front overhead, back overhead slash. Alrighty, that's just for an example, but you see what I mean. Master your offset strikes, master your damage phase, master your parries because you'll need all of them. Like they used to say in Dark Souls all the time. I definitely would recommend. Yeah, I definitely would recommend you give the beta a shot regardless. And I would recommend this game like to people that don't play it, or I would recommend it to your friends or whatever. Because honestly, I love Monster Hunters as a series. I played it since the first one. I'm pushing 30 now. I'm 28, so I've been playing for a long time. But what I'm saying is, I honestly want people to get into this franchise. I would recommend you get into it because it's such a fun franchise. I've made a lot of friends playing Monster Hunter. I've met great people playing Monster Hunter, and I'm happy about it because Monster Hunters is like it's a part of me, bro. I love this franchise so badly. I love this series, so I would be more than happy to recommend it to others. And my last point, I know sometimes it's hard hunting alone. You might think it's boring or that it's real difficult, especially if you're getting straight into it. Don't give up. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong in Monster Hunter. There's nothing because the Monster Hunter community is very, very nice. We are very, very nice. We are very good to new players. All you have to do is shoot an SOS flare. I guarantee you'll have somebody that comes into the mission to help you. Or if you don't want to shoot an SOS flare because that spikes your anxiety or some baloney, all you have to do is go into the quest board and look at SOS flares that have been sent, and you can go to one of them missions and help them out. You see, either way, the job gets done. And if neither one of those are fit for your fancy, you're not very good with new people, you don't want to go in the party chat and sound like, you're an antisocial or whatever. All right, I get that. But what you can do is get your friends into the game themselves. All right. The beta's free. It comes back literally tomorrow. I guarantee you there will be nothing wrong with that. You can have a good time. And I get Monster Hunter ain't for everybody. That's fine. But you can at least give it a try. You can at least give it a try. There's nothing wrong with trying it. I'm telling you, it's free. So there's nothing wrong with it. So if you're somebody that was contemplating the game and you're listening to what I'm saying right now, I guarantee you give it a try. You will enjoy it. Because somebody who would contemplate to see if that's what they really want to do, give it a try. But yeah, really, that's all I had to say. But yeah, about the bug fixes, about some of the crit strike not going away, I think that'll be changed in the beta tomorrow. But if it's not, I hope my word somehow reach one of the devs. I don't know if it does, but we'll see. But again, I ain't gonna take up no more of your time. Again, Monster Hunters is a great series. I've loved it since I was a child, and I hope for a fact that if this is your first game, you'll start loving it too. But hey, I guess it's another job well done for the one known as Nin Yoy.